All right, guys. So we got a very cool album that we want to feature for you today. We do a lot of gospel music here at TuneDesigner, and I've been wanting to tell you guys about this great CD that we got to do for one of our great friends and just awesome songwriters and singers, guitar player. He does it all. Bob Davidson. And a question we get a lot is, do you guys do full CD projects? Yes, we do a lot of those. And I was gonna just let you hear some of the songs on this great album that Bob's got. And Bob is from, I think he's from Missouri. I hope I'm getting that right, Bob. But he's got a great gospel project, and I'm going to talk about him. But I want to play you what he sent in, and then just a little snippet of each, a few songs, so you can kind of see what we did for him. Here we go.
Shine on, let it be known. Shine on, let it be known. That light. So tell me what it is. I've just got to know. Is it something in the air? So tell me what it is. I just got to know. Is there something in the air that can make? Have you ever felt such love as when you walk through a church door on a Sunday morning? Have you ever felt such love as when you walk through a church door on a Sunday morning? On my knees with my Lord in prayer as I pray for strength. On my knees with my Lord in prayer as I pray for strength for what lies ahead.
So I'm just so proud of this album. He just did an incredible job of songwriting. I was reading Bob's testimony, and he's got a great looking CD. I love it when people that we work with send us their CD. Sometimes we never get to see what we worked on, but his testimony is really great. He was a country music songwriter and singer, and then God just changed his life last year. He's just started writing gospel music last year, June 2017, and now he's got a whole CD. He's got 10 songs on here, and we did 9 of them. He's a great guitarist, and so the 10th song is featuring him and a great Christian artist, Phil Kagi, one of the best guitar players around. And so that's song number 10 on there. But the way that Bob worked with us was he, when anybody contacts me about doing a song or a whole project, I always like to do just one song so that you guys get a feel for what we do. And the whole album that we did for Bob was done long distance. I've never met Bob in person. I feel like I know him, and I feel like he's my brother, because we've done so much music together. But he never came to TuneDesigner. He's out there, and Bob, I hope I'm saying it right, Missouri. And he found a great studio out there. I think we've even got some pictures of him recording. Do you have that, Red? No, you don't have that. But anyway, he would send us his rough demo, and then we would make a track. And we did one song, and then he would send us 2 more, and then he would send 3 more, and it probably over a period of I don't know, 6 or 7 months, maybe something like that. We finally got the album done. He just kind of took his time with it, but he would send in. I'm gonna play another rough demo for you right here. Yeah, there he is at the studio out there that he worked with, and they did an awesome job on his vocals. In fact, they're listed on the CD. You have to buy a CD so you can learn about everybody who helped on this. But we did 9 tracks for him, and he would just send in his rough song. Here's one called God is Good.
God is good. God is good all the time.
And then we hear a few more right here.
Yeah, talk to Jesus when you need someone to lean on. Talk to Jesus. Talk to Jesus when you need someone to lean on. Talk to Jesus when you need someone who cares. Well, Daddy always said, be careful what you sow. For every seed you plant, there's a seed that's gonna grow. Now, Daddy always said, be careful what you sow. For every seed you plant, there's a seed that's gonna grow.
This is my kind of album. In fact, it's in my truck right now, and I've got it playing. Usually, I don't like to listen to songs that we make here, just because, you get so focused on having to work on them that you don't want to hear them no more. But this, when Bob sent me the CD, I went ahead and put it in my truck, and it's still in there. My favorite song is called "Shine On." It's one of my favorite songs, and we, as we worked on the project, we we decided that this kind of music that Bob is doing is called Bob style gospel. Bob style gospel is what Bob does. He's got a really good variety on here, and some of it's like super country, like that one there. It's called "How About That Crop," and it's just a cool, um, just hardcore country. I mean, you don't hear a lot of gospel that sounds like this. This is Bob style gospel. I want to play just that little thing that he sent, and that's one of my favorites on here.
Well, Daddy always said, be careful what you sow. For every seed you plant, there's a seed that's gonna grow. Now, Daddy always said, be careful what you sow. For every seed you plant, there's a seed that's gonna grow.
So if you notice, like on that song, after he sent the rough demo in, what I would do is I would call Bob, and sometimes I wouldn't call him. I would just record everything I was thinking and send it to him, and he would listen to my ideas. And like on that one, we decided, it feels a little bit low. Let's change the key, maybe speed it up a hair. We work all that out long before we record the actual track, because we really want to make sure we nail that track for you. And so, there's all kind of ways you can work with TuneDesigner, and Bob never had to leave his hometown to work with us, and so he's got a great CD now. Go check it out. Go buy it. Go support Bob. Bob Davidson. We've got his link up there in the post. It's music by Davidson.com. Is that right, Rhett? And you can get the album. And I'm just so proud of Bob, and I just think he's just got an awesome voice, awesome songwriting. But so we kind of stretched his album out over those months. That's one way of working with us. Another way is just to say, hey, I want to do a whole album. Come visit us in person. And like we had a guy here last week. I think you guys saw him on here. A really great singer from Northern Ireland. He flew 4,000 miles over here. But we tracked his music in one day. And then the next 2 days, he spent singing his album. And that's kind of, if you're going to do about 10 songs, you're going to need about at least 2 days singing vocally. Not singing all day, but just work a few hours and then take a break. And then, you don't want to try to do an album when you're tired and you don't feel like singing. So you want to stretch that out just a little bit. And then the rest of the time, we started mixing. We did the background vocals. That's another thing we offer that's included when you work with TuneDesigner is our background vocals. Like, I'll play a little more of this first song. It's hard to pick a favorite on this album, but I like this song right here called Shine On.
Let it be
Here's
known.
his rough demo. You can hear the
Shine on.
background.
Let it be known. That life.
He just got a album full of great stuff. It's varieties, Bob style gospel. Has anybody got a question or anything for us, Rhett? Yeah. Some of our folks I'll go through the options real quick. All right, so Bob found a great studio out there where he lives that they did a tremendous job on his vocals. And so once we recorded that soundtrack, he got the track, brought it to his local studio, and they worked out recording his voice. Then they send that vocal track back to us, and we add our background vocals, and Rhett does all the mixing. And so that's one way. The other way is, like I said, you could come here, spend, probably plan on you being here at least 4 days, something like that, if you want to work with us in person. And then a lot of guys we work with have their own home studios. And so, which I really recommend if you can work around a computer and you know a little bit about what you're doing on a computer, then um, you might benefit from going out and buying a really good program to record. I recommend Pro Tools because that's what we use. Um, and they sell some really great mics that don't cost a fortune. And you just, it'll take you a little bit of experiment and everything, but we'll kind of even help you with that and tell you what you can do to help improve your sound if you're going to record at home. Do a whole album that way. We'll work with you any way you want us to. And if you want to work with TuneDesigner this year, you're running out of time because we're just about fully booked the rest of this year, which is crazy. But we're always in here tracking music, and I just want to tell you to go check out Bob and his album called Shine On, and go support this guy. He's just a great guy, and I appreciate him letting us brag on him. And we love doing gospel music here. That's what I grew up on, and anything that lets folks know about God, I'm all for it. And that's what this album is. That the cool thing about this project is it'll reach folks that are not Christians, and that's a huge part of gospel music. Is we want to reach people with the good news. So when you get ready to work with us, give me a call, shoot me an email, and we'll be glad to take care of you.